Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Friday, February 17, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want to access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. Dartmouth versus Cornell. Dartmouth has played better over the last several weeks. The Big Green are 3-3 in their last 6 games, but they are still just 9-15 for the year. Cornell has lost 3 straight games coming into this matchup, and the Big Red are also just 1-4 in their last 5 matchups, but 3 of those losses were on the road. Cornell has been a different team at home, where the Big Red are 9-1, and Dartmouth is just 3-8 on the road. Take Dartmouth plus 9.5 points. Cornell has played fast this season. The Big Red are 20th out of 363 teams in adjusted tempo this year, and the home team usually dictates the pace. Cornell has been inconsistent defensively this season despite having a solid record of 15-8. The Big Red are allowing teams to shoot 46.8% from the field, but Cornell has shot an impressive 48% from the field this year. This should be a higher scoring game. Take the over 154.5 points. Eastern Michigan versus Kent State. The Golden Flashes won the last meeting by 14 points on the road, barely winning ATS as minus 13.5 favorites. In that game, Eastern Michigan shot 41.1% from the field and 21.1% from 3. Kent State shot 46.7% from the field and 25.9% from 3 on 27 attempts from beyond the arc. The Golden Flashes won't jack up threes like that again, knowing they can full well run right through the porous Eastern Michigan defense. The hosts are a fun team to watch when they get going. They are strong, athletic, and have some major high flyers. In the Eagles' last 2 games, they scored 63 points against Toledo and just 51 versus Akron, both defenses that rank lower than Kent State does. The Golden Flashes have won 3 in a row ATS, 2 of those as double-digit favorites, and the favorite is 4-1 ATS in the last 5 meetings between these schools. Take the Golden Flashes minus 17 points. When these two last met on January 17th, they combined to score 140 points. These two teams are in the top half of Ken Palm's tempo ratings. Eastern Michigan is 51st and Kent State 153rd. This is usually an indicator of some fast-paced, high-scoring action, and though we will get the first half, the second might not be so true. Combined, these two teams have had 28 of their games hit under the total this season. The under is 4-1 in Kent State's last 5 games versus a team with a losing record. Eastern Michigan only put up 63 points against Kent State the last time they played, and they scored a miserable 51 points in their last game, hitting just 19 field goals. I don't expect them to do much better against the best defense in the MAC, which will hold this score where we need it to be. Take the under 147.5 points. Oakland Golden Grizzlies versus Detroit Mercy Titans. The Golden Grizzlies have won 3 of their last 4 games and 5 of their last 7 home games. They are playing well offensively at home, where they are scoring more than 78 points per game. They've also done well at the charity stripe, making over 79% of their free throws at home. They rebound the ball well, and they're very aggressive on the offensive glass, which will give them more scoring opportunities. They also do a good job protecting the ball and won't give the Titans a lot of easy scoring opportunities. The Titans aren't very good defensively, and they play worse on the road, where they are giving up more than 80 points per game and will have a hard time slowing down the Golden Grizzlies in this game. The Titans have lost 5 of their last 7 road games. They have played well offensively, but they're not as efficient on the road, where they are scoring a little more than 73 points per game. Their rebounding has been good and will keep them in this game, but they've been careless with the ball on the road, which will lead to easy scoring opportunities for the Golden Grizzlies, who average more than 9 steals per game at home. The Golden Grizzlies aren't very good defensively, but they played well in recent games, holding their last 3 opponents under 70 points per game, and won't have trouble keeping Detroit Mercy's offense in check. Go with Oakland to cover the spread. Oakland will pick up a victory on its home court Friday when hosting Detroit Mercy, but the play here is over. The over has cashed in 4 of Detroit Mercy's last 6 and in 4 of Oakland's last 5. Oakland is allowing an average of 75.7 points per game, while Detroit Mercy is allowing even more at 76.1 points per game. Detroit Mercy has the leading scorer in the nation in Antoine Davis, who is averaging 27.7 points per game, and the Titans score an average of 76.6 points per game. Our total pick is over 153.5 points. Brown vs. Princeton. In Brown's earlier 72-70 win over the Tigers, the Bears outscored Princeton by 10 points in the second half. Both teams had a rough night at the foul line. Brown shot 8 for 18, .444, and Princeton was 4 for 11, .364. This season Brown is 9-3 against the spread on the road, while Princeton is 3-5 ATS at home. Brown is 5-0 ATS in its last 5 games versus a team with a winning straight-up record and 5-0 in its last 5 road games. What do you do here? The under is 4-0 in Brown's last 4 games overall. The over is 5-0 in Princeton's last 5 overall. When Brown beat Princeton 72-70, the Bears covered, being +3. In a smaller sample, both are scoring much more than their season average in the last 3 games. Brown is averaging 74 ppg during its 3-game win streak, and Princeton is averaging 84.3 ppg, while going 2-1 in the last 3. Both teams are in the top half of the country in 3-point shooting percentage, with Brown at .354 and Princeton at .345. They are both also in the top half in adjusted tempo, according to KenPom.com. Brown averages 68.7 possessions per 40 minutes, which was 117th entering Thursday, and Princeton averaged 67.6, which was 163rd. This looks like it can be a high-scoring game, higher than the first time these two met. Take over 143 points. Harvard vs. Columbia. I'm laying the points with Harvard here. This is mostly a fade of Columbia though, because the Lions haven't shown any life recently. They just lost by 31 to Yale in their most recent game, which was right after they fell by 22 to Princeton, so I'm not too concerned about laying nearly double digits here. And I think Harvard is actually better than most people realize. 4 of their 7 Ivy League losses have come by 4 points or fewer, and they're being undervalued. This is a team that was able to play number 5 Kansas very closely on the road, so I don't think they will have too much of an issue here. When these teams first played each other about a month ago, Harvard won by 22. Our team pick is Harvard -9 points. The under also makes a lot of sense in this spot. Both teams are significantly better on defense than they are on offense, and each side has only one player scoring in double figures. The Lions are shooting just 31.5% from 3-point range, and are below 40% from the floor. Just one of their top 6 scorers is shooting better than 41% from the field, and they rank 353rd nationally in offensive efficiency. Harvard ranks 286th on offense according to KenPom, while they are a very solid 86th on defense. College basketball totals are often decided by free throws, and Harvard is at just 67% from the foul line. Columbia is only a hair over 70. Canisius vs. Rider. Rider is the much better team in this matchup, and they get to play on their home floor. The Bronx are on an 8-game win streak and have a good balance of guards who can score and post players contributing on the inside. They will be riding the momentum after winning on a last-second shot from Alan Powell. Rider has covered 4 of their last 5 games. Canisius just had a big home win over Quinnipiac, but that was an outlier as they had lost 6 in a row before the game. In the win over Quinnipiac, they had to rely on a career game from a bench player. TJ Gadsden went for 31 points, but that is unlikely to happen again as he only averages 7.9 ppg. Murray Jr. and James are a strong inside-out punch for the Bronx. They have been getting the job done lately and will keep it up here. Lay the points with the better team. Take Rider to win and cover at home. The recent trends in this matchup point toward the under. Rider has hit the under in 10 of their last 12 games. This result pairs up well with their style of play as their tempo ranks 289th in the country. The Bronx do not play fast, they run half-court sets and take their time to find good looks. Rider is playing at home and will be able to control the tempo against Canisius in this one. Canisius is closer to the middle of the pack in tempo, as they rank 162nd in the nation. Canisius does struggle to score. Their offense is only ranked 253rd in efficiency, and they do not have any scorers averaging over 14 ppg. This will be a low-scoring conference battle. Take the under 141 points. Niagara versus Mount St. Mary's. Taking Niagara to cover their spread in this one for multiple reasons. The Purple Eagles are the better team overall, ranking better in both offensive and defensive efficiency while having better statistics and trends as well. The Purple Eagles have covered in 4 of their past 5 games on the road, while Mount St. Mary's has failed to cover in 6 of their past 7 home games, and in 5 of their past 6 games overall. Niagara bested the Mountaineers last time they faced off, and I expect a similar result in this one. Mount St. Mary's is very inconsistent on offense, struggling with their overall shooting percentage and turnovers while allowing opponents to shoot well above average from the field and from 3. For these reasons, I am confident in taking Niagara to cover their spread in this one, taking the over in this one for a couple of reasons. Last time these teams faced off, we saw a very similar total set at 123 and the teams went only 1 point under. I understand they did not go over, however, it was a well below average performance from both offenses, and I expect things to be different this time around as we are much later on in the season. Both teams rank in the bottom percentile in terms of defensive efficiency according to KenPom and rank above average in terms of adjusted tempo. This means that we can expect neither team to put up much resistance on offense, while their tempos allow for more possessions and in turn, more points. In addition, Niagara has gone over in 6 of their past 7 Friday games, while Mount St. Mary's has gone over in 4 of their past 5 overall, making me all the more confident in taking the over for this one. Over 123 points. Fairfield versus Marist. In a pick'em game where there is no spread, there are some certainties you can rely on. Which team is at home, and which team has the best player? The answer is Marist for both. Marist gets the home court advantage in this matchup, and they just beat Canisius in their last home game. Gardner is also the best player on the floor. He is a big-time scorer, second in the conference in PPG, and is likely to go for 20+ against this weak Fairfield defense. Gardner will be the biggest player on the floor, but he can also hit the 3, making him a threat from everywhere on the floor. Fairfield has only covered 1 of their last 5 games, and is not likely to score big here considering they are 311th in offensive efficiency. Fairfield's top scorer is Supreme Cook, a 6 feet 9 inches forward who cannot shoot from the outside. Gardner is a tough matchup for Cook, as he has the size to stop him from scoring inside. Take the home team with the best player. Take Marist to win at home. This game features 2 of the worst offenses in the country. Fairfield ranks 311th in adjusted offensive efficiency, while Marist ranks 341st. Neither team is scoring the ball at a high level, which is also slowing their offenses down. The looks are not coming quickly and easily, creating longer possessions as they search for a good shot. Marist in particular has to try to funnel everything to their big man Gardner, which runs time off the shot clock. Marist's tempo is ranked 267th based upon the amount of possessions per game, and Fairfield's ranking is even lower at 302. Fairfield games have hit the under in 7 of their last 9. There is no reason to believe this game will go over. Take the under 125 points.